Hey guys, let me adjust you. I'm really excited for this video. Yeah, I might show you, I don't know yet, but I wanted to talk about yesterday's acro class because a lot happened for me and something really, really cool happen. And it actually, made me almost in tears with happiness. I'm not joking. Here's the thing, is for me with Afro, when there's things, just in dance in general, when there's things I need to work on and improve on, and it, takes forever, when it's taking forever, part of me is, I wish that, I could just, nail it and, I move on because it's hard for me to, face the fact. Here's the thing, is that, I'm really good at a lot of things in dance. I naturally have the technique in straight leg pointed feet, the technique. And I naturally am really good at hip hop and performing, and that's something that my mom even said. And she said this a couple of times, which for how it works in my house is nothing, no one ever says anything negative. At one point, my mom would say something negative about my dancing just because it's how I learn and it's how I get even better, and it gives me a reason to prove it wrong. And actually, a few things almost made me cry yesterday with happiness. And so, for me, but nothing negative gets said anymore. My mom kind of switched over to it. She doesn't say anything, positive or negative. She, gives me corrections sometimes when I'm dancing, and that's it, basically. And then occasionally, only she'll say something very positive, and when she says something like that, it's that must have been really good, because that never happens. And she said that I'm really good at hip-hop, and that's really cool. But what happened yesterday was, when nothing changes and improves, it's hard for me. Because it's just hard for me, because at first I'm okay, it's just a work in progress, no big deal. And then, I know my messy hair. And then, sometimes, when it's been a while, it gets just kind of in my head a little bit more about how I just want to do it really good, and make Abby really proud, but also make myself really proud, and not, here's the thing, it's because I know when I'm making myself proud, I'm also making my crush proud, even if I don't hear the words, because I haven't found him yet. And even if, but it's also I'm also making my dance teachers proud, and that's important to me, and that's important. And so, that's something that's interesting, and it means a lot to me. And yesterday, here's the thing, and I have been stuck, working on back bends and things for a while now, I would say a good almost 4 months of just back bends week after week. And yesterday, and so, Abby started us off with, group stuff, where everyone, does stuff, and then she switched over to independent, one-on-one stuff, where, that's when she separates and sets aside things for different levels, versus with the group stuff, it's really beginner stuff, so everyone can, either do it or it's something that they can work on. And she had to do fallen back bends, and she told me to be careful because like fallen back bends are not my like area, my like specialty. And I actually would cheat it, and she like it was obvious I was cheating. And what I mean by that is because fallen back bends are harder than push-up back bends because you have to basically put your hand like your arms above your head by your ears, palms, flex the palm to the ceiling, but like up in the air, you basically got fall and balance out your weight, and there's like a bunch of stuff that goes into fallen back bends. And so push-up back bends are easier to do because then I can literally just put my arms behind me. I'm gonna see if I can show you. It's not good. Let me see. Okay, I had to fix something. Right now, I don't think I'll be able to do it on. I can't do it on the bed. But anyway, push-up back bends are easy because you put your arms behind you. Make sure your palms are like this. And I think you can do like this, but I always do this. And then you push up. And it's easy. Plus, actually, here's the thing. And I don't do a good back bend unless I'm on the dance hammock, and that's just really uncomfortable. And part of that is because of the height. It's because it's made higher, like, you raised it up higher and stuff. And so it's a thing. And I would like, first up, something that made me really happy is I proved my dad wrong. Something that he had said, and he wasn't saying it to be mean or anything, but I proved him wrong, which is that I'm never going to be able to do a back bend because of the rods in my back. He sometimes will say, like, anything involving, like, back flexibility, I'm never going to be able to do. And part of that, I'm proving him wrong. Because I proved him wrong yesterday with the back bend. Because yesterday, she had to do some falling back bend. Then she was like, okay, well, she was like, okay, hey, I want you to do something. She lifted some form of, like, trick or something, and she went like, which I never heard of. I didn't know what it was like, so I went with what seemed to be the easiest, the second easiest back bend, trick, pretty much. So that just made sense, and since she didn't have anyone demonstrate or show me, and she was like, I would really love it, this would be, the best Christmas ever if you could do this and get it. So, I started working on, I knew it started with, it has a back bend in there, and that starts with the back bend pretty much. I was wrong. I was close, but, here's the thing, because at the end of the class, she had us all do it, and it starts, so what she wanted me to do was, as you sit, I'm gonna I can't do it up here because of the wall. But you sit like this almost, your feet a little bit farther back. And then you basically, push up a little, you push up into a back bend quickly. And then you come down, and then you, jump. You almost, jump and straddle over yourself. So then, I can't show you, but when your legs go out into, a side split, but they like come close to your like stomach or something. So like that's what she wanted me to do. I ended up doing that at the end of the class, and then yesterday's after class just made me emotional in a good, happy way. Like here's the thing: is that like because of Dance Moms, I feel like there's a saying that sometimes I'll see on like Instagram or something saying like Abby made people cry, and I'm like, yes, but not in the way that you think. Like in a good way, in a happy, like positive, fun way, and stuff. So yeah, so like, but what I would do was I forget what it was called, but I would do something else where you basically like kick your so you push up into a back bend and you like kick your legs and they're like bent. So it goes 1, 2, and it looks almost like this. And then you come down, which Abby was really happy that I got that. And later, like, at some point through class, I went like, I think I got it, and then I put in the chat, I think I got it, and then she's like, oh, that's so good, let me spotlight you in a second. So she spotlighted me, and she's like, okay, now go ahead, like, let's see. And I did it, and she was like, that's like this trick, but like amazing. And I'm really happy because I made the one thing that Abby wanted and for Christmas, or like the thing that I was told she wanted for Christmas, she got, which was for me to get a new back bend trick, and I got 2 of them. And I proved my dad wrong with him saying I'm never going to be able to do a back. It's not a great back bend, but I'm still working on balancing weight and stuff, because back then you have to distribute your weight into 4 things, and with some versions of back then you have to distribute it even more. Meaning, the trick that I learned yesterday, one of the tricks that I learned yesterday, which is something to do with like a back bend, like straddle thing or something. I forget what she called it. And you have to essentially put all of your weight into your hands. So it starts sitting, like a fun little sitting pose, and then it goes push up back bend, and then you have to put all of your weight into your hands without like essentially falling. Then you have to like kind of like add like a little bit of like a jump or a hop and like fling your legs out like this. This is uneven, but okay. I think like this or something. And on the screen it looks uneven, but in real life I don't know. But like you fling your legs out almost like a straddle. And then you can either land it in a back bend or you can just land it on the ground. Because I did both. And that versus the other trick, it's different because you have to like put your weight, and it's like weird because you have to essentially be able to shift your weight from one foot to the other, or like in a split second, like on the spot, like boom, 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 make it very easy. And you have to put a lot of your weight in your hands and arms because it makes it easier to shift. That way there's not that much weight that you're shifting. So it's fun, like. And then I'm so close. I'm not quite there, but I'm so close to my straddle. I don't have a slide and split, but I do have the split essentially. Like, okay, this leg, need to get like 1 inch farther back. But it's good, if it's good enough for Abby, it's good enough for me. And it counts. Because it's like not even a full inch that needs to go. I can't do it unless I'm warmed up though. But that's kind of me with a lot of tricks. Is that I have to be warmed up. And yesterday I kept in the middle of class I kept just doing this and like this and this. Because what happened was that I was doing like over an hour's worth of like backbend and backbend tricks, and every once in a while like my wrist would start to get like stiff, like this almost. And so I kind of loosen it up again, warm it up, and I'm just really proud that I made Abby proud. And for me, I would generally say the best tips for backbend, for me, there really wasn't tips, if that makes sense. I was kind of just working on it, constantly working on it, and then figuring out different ways. So sometimes I would cheat a fallen backbend. Sometimes I would get in the position like I'm about to do a fallen backbend, then I would pull one arm down and sit on the floor and then push up and stuff. Also, she gave us homework, or she gave us dance homework. She gave us 2 things of homework. Or the first thing is to say thank you to our parents, because that we're lucky that they're able to do all of this for us, and that's really cool. And then the second piece is not going to be fun, because it's not fun for me at all. Because I'm horrible at sit-ups. I can't do a sit-up to say planet Earth. And basically, it's not a sit-up, but what she wants us to do is pick an object. I'm using my mattress. And put one leg up on it. Just set one leg up on it. And then basically stand up without lifting our leg up. She said if we lift our leg up, we need a higher object. But without pulling the leg off, and she wants us to do it from sitting or laying. I will attempt to show you. Okay, leg is up. And then she wants us to do it from sitting. It's not that hard. Laying, it is hard. So I'm going to push up back then. Okay, let me do it right here. I'm not gonna fully show you, but it's we push up into a back bend with our leg up, and then I always twist for this part, but you're not, and stand up. But I can't show you fully the push-up part, push-up back bend is what I mean. But I got some new tricks. And I'm excited. I got some new tricks, and I feel like proving my dad wrong, which is something that really excited. Because here's the and he wasn't saying oh, I'll never be able to do it, to be rude. And now I'm gonna continue proving him wrong, that these rods are not gonna stop me. Because so far they haven't stopped me yet. They just gave me a reason to work even harder in dance. Peace out.